All right, so welcome back. Hopefully all of you guys are having a fabulous day here today. Hopefully everybody's having a great time and everything associated. We are here. We officially have the brand new 7DS Grand Cross patch notes officially live for us to enjoy with. And today we're going to check it out together and see if they cooked here. And again, I might be biased with this update. Like, the community literally, for some reason, hates it. I've seen so many, like, oh my god, it's Gelda, posts. I don't know. I'm excited, all right? I truly think this is a good update, so if you're mad at me for being excited, suck a nut. Let's go into it. Let's have fun here. 827, maintenance and event notice. A dreamy summer getaway with 7DS. And yes, it is Summer Gelda, so I don't know. I think OCs are dead. I think that it's in their investor reports, they're kind of hinting towards them giving up on OC characters and stuff associated because, I don't know, they just don't sell well, right? That was like their whole thing and their whole talk that we're going to go more IP-based characters and collaborations, and that's what they did this year. So they didn't lie in the slightest about anything. Here today, let's do it. So we have Passionate Summer Gelda, 40 draw tickets, 30 gems, New World Quest, Event Bus, Battle Returns, Summer, oh bad. Yeah, let's go. We got Dreamland Adventure Hawk, Demon King Heart Difficulty, Reward Boost, and a new artifact set. So starting over here, we have a brand new Summer Gelda. Yes, it was gonna happen. I told you at some point it was either Summer or Gelda and Zeldris or Summer Gelda. It was gonna happen 1,000,000,000%. Gelda's very popular. She saved the game's revenue, where like the month of Arthur did good and the month of Gelda did good. So both characters sold extremely well. And again, Gelda was not a 600 or main unit; she was a side unit. So again, doing very good like that is insane. But over here, we have the banner, which is also very good. First, I think, rerun, is that of Hell? Or maybe rerun already, I'm not sure. But it's there. You have also, so like, for example, I have this at 2.6. I have this at 1.6. I have this at 1.6. I almost didn't have this. I have this at 1.6, I'm pretty sure. 1.6. I don't even know. But most of this banner is pretty good. Like, over here, it gets more, like, collection-based. But very, very good over here. Sadly, there's no UR festivals on here, but apparently you can select them, just like that gacha over there. So they're gonna keep this as a formula, which I'm very happy for. This is why the community, like, they complain and such. They're like, oh, we get too many banners, and then you get a banner like this, which it's a very smart thing they've done, where they've lowered the cost. Now it's a 600 banner. If you want to pull, you pull. It's still festival worthy, but it's not that high cap of 900. Then you cater to whales in a way where you give them some benefit, where it's like, hey, if you want to go and, select any of these characters you don't have, 1,200 gems. For these systems, I think that they're very good for the game, and it just lowers that entry of, hey, I don't have to go 900 every other month, right? I can now be peaceful with a 600, still get my festival freebies and everything associated, festival size update, but I just don't get a 900 banner that, like, scares me at night. You know what I mean? So I think it's very still well done thing they've done in the system now, but that's just my take. Over here, Unknown Green Gelda. Unknown Green Gelda. Increases demon allies' basic stats by 50% of the hero's lifesteal up to a maximum of 20% at the start of the battle of the race. The hero is given the additional race demon. The hero gains Blood Pact at the start of the battle. Blood Pact, demon allies, damage taken is minus 30%. It increases the hero's HP by the amount of the demon or HP demon allies take by using lifesteal, accumulating up to a maximum of 400,000 points. That excludes counter stance skills. The hero gains Selfless Love for 3 turns at the start of the battle. Selfless Love, immune to recovery-related stat restrictions. When a demon ally, other than the hero takes damage when or from a single target attack during the enemy's turn, the hero takes 30% of the damage for them, and again, the hero's HP does not fall below 1 from that damage. At the start of the ally's turn, the hero recovers HP equal to 50% of the diminished HP, and the hero's damage dealt increases by 20% up to a maximum of 60%. Inflicts Blood Clot. Over here, damage equal to 300% of the hero's attack on all enemies. Blood Clot is, again, damage dealt 1% per, or plus 1% per 1% of, again, target's remaining HP. Inflicts additional damage based on 80% of the accumulated Blood Pact on the target. Inflicts Bloodstain, equal to 270% of the hero's attack on all enemies. Bloodstain is additional damage equal to 35% of the target's remaining HP. Kiss of Thorns applies Infect on all enemies for 2 turns, and grants the hero an effect which increases their damage dealt by 80% for 3 turns. when or then inflicts blood clot equal to 100% of attack. Infect, restriction, obviously. Blood clot, which is the same thing over there. And then the dupes. You're going to be wondering, how is she? Sadly, looks like she is duped, though. So you don't get infect unless level 3. Other than that, you get everything else, basically, right? Yeah. So 2-6 goes hard. Yeah, 3-6 is recommended. Yeah. Because then you get that. So how it's going to work is this, for those wondering. 1-6, your benefit is the 5% pretty much. Or sorry, the 2-6, the benefit is the 5% and then 10%. That's very good. But in the next one, you get no percentage increase here. It just remains the same. But you do get 5% here. But you can go here. So like it's only really good at 3-6. Yeah, the recovery is pretty nice, but I think that 3-6 is like the sweet point. But 2-6 is fine too. If the infect you don't really care for, at least it's an extra 5% or something. But it's a 600 banner. If you do get multiple copies, it's good. If you want to go with a rotation, it's not 1800 gems. It's not that miserable 1800 gems rotation. Yeah, so 600 gems, you can obtain any character you want. There you go. Over here, we got the costume sets, and they look pretty cool. I think they all look good, honestly. They all kind of look good, so there you go. That is, again, Gelda's costumes. Here's the artifact card set. It is increases demon allies' defense-related stats by a certain percent, decrease the allies' damage taken by enemies by a certain percent. Over here, adds 200,000 damage to the divine lightning value at the start of the battle, increases crit chance by 30% and damage dealt by 50% when the hero uses a skill while Thunder God's Judgment is active. I'm not going to lie, that's actually pretty solid, right? 200,000 you already get for her passive, and then crit chance, and then 50% when the skill throws. That's not bad. Yeah, Demonic Beast begins over there. Bundles are live, obviously, if you want to get some spending on. Dreamy getaway check-in event, so 4 multis and a bunch of relic stuff, which is super nice. Super nice. Over here, 30 gems for, World Quest. 30 gems for completing the World Quest. Nice. So 30 gems, 10 gems from the stream. Yeah, I'll do the math. So 40 gems so far. In search of the island illusion. So I gotta say this now. I know players are gonna complain. I have been just begging Netmarble to please make these events again. These events are super cool and they're super well done. This is, so if you know Tower got New World, they, I think still, I don't know if they still, but they've been getting like cutscenes and full-on story events since launch pretty much. And it sucks that Grand Cross has gone from that phase of doing these events and then cutting them out. They're finally back to bringing them, and they're super fun. I truly think that Merlin's Wonderland event, whatever that one was super fun. The one where it's like Alice in Wonderland, right? But yeah, absolute win for anybody who likes these stories. I think that this is like one of the best parts of the update. So lovely to see. Very, very big W. Over here is what it looks like, Shores of the Illusion. Is this like the first one since what? The last one's Halloween, I think. Jeez, bro. 3 more gems. So let's just say like we're around 50-ish gems total because, again, of everything. So let's just say 50 gems so far is kind of where you're at. Over here, you get the Dreamland Hawk. You also get the Hawk boss. Final boss Go-Through is returning. That also gets you like 35 gems. So 85 gems, right? Because, again, stream, the 30 gems, 3 gems, 5 gems, and then that gems, and then the 2 to 3 gems you get at the end. So that's pretty much around where you're at. Like, let's say 85 to 90. Over here, the first 2 new skins also, I think it was last year, just Sobnok getting a skin, that's it. This year you get 2 skins. Wow. Netmarble's back. Sadly, they're only purchasable as a set though, but at least you get something, so if anybody wants them, they're there. But yeah, for Zeldris, they got the drip, no cap. But the Hell skin, I think Hell already has so many good skins, I don't know if that's worth it. Over here, they've resaled these ones, but as I said, gems over here for these ones if you want them. Pretty cool. These are the events. These are the trade. New melee skin, which is super cool. Battle event, knighthood event. Yeah, system updates. So, system updates, you can now officially claim all 3 rewards over here. They also allow now a special mission. The special mission will require the special character. If you have the character for the event, you can now get a special mission. I think this is great. Players were complaining like, oh, pay to win. But remember, most of the time, you're going to have the end of month banner. Most of the time, you will. Like, 8 months out of a 12-month year, you're going to have the banner, right? You are. Let's be realistic here, right? You have to have the November one, the December one, the collaboration ones, and whatever other festival we're talking about, right? Demon King, maybe you went for that one. Most of the time is the end of month one that you're going to have. And if you have that, it's pretty much like 4 weeks of freebies, 4 weeks of additional, basically SA coins, and a box over here. It's kind of cool. So I'll definitely take that for something. And yes, multiple special heroes will be available. So let's say you skip the end of month, but you go for the one after this. Let's say in 2 weeks you go for that banner. Then you can just swap that in. You don't double the rewards, but you have that. Demon King battle gets a hard difficulty. Those are the rewards before and after for extreme difficulty. Over here, they've also added this thing, which you can just 3 times 1 time. It's pretty simple. Over here, they've also buffed the weekly mission, which is now 3 of these to 10 of these, which is super cool. You have a filter button over here. Also, max items over here will be added to certain titles, which is super cool. Artifact enhancement convenience update, which is super cool. You can use higher grade first. Over here, you also have the artifact setlist view. You can now view by combat class. You also have a bulk select feature for this pretty much, right? Costume registration screen. They also fully revamped the entire UI for hero uniques and such, made them smaller and easier to understand. Over here, battle, event, achievement check improvement. Over here, knighthood training ground improvements. Over here again, more improvements. Bunch of bug fixes and that costumes for gems. And over here, seasonal hero change, which is Gelda added. I think it's a great update. Genuinely speaking, our first event in like 4 years. I don't know when the catastrophe Halloween was, but it's been forever. Finally, a new one since then. Gelda looks super cool. Gelda's banner looks pretty nice. The check-in event looks pretty nice. The thing is, you're not getting your 300 gems because it's not a festival. Players will be like, oh, where's my 300 gems? You're not going to get that. Not a festival. You only get that during festivals. So you pick up 85 gems here, which is about like update average. You pick up 4 free multis. So remember, you're already getting, what, 30, 60, 90, 120. 120 checked off the banner just like that. 85 gems. Let's say you already have 200 gems into the banner just like that. That's nuts. It's already pretty good, right? That's already a discounted unit on top of a discounted unit. You're getting the unit for 400 gems. If you like Gelda, it's 400 gems. Think of it that way, right? Because that's how much you've been given here. Plus, you had the whole month to save pretty much, unless you went for Melee. Maybe you went for Demon King, but depending on however it worked, you have this. So, what do you think? Let me know down below. Take care.